Hi! Last week in science, we watched this video, and I'd like to watch it quickly again. And while we're watching it, I'm going to just talk about, just remember what happened. So we have somebody who takes a liquid, pours it into a cup, puts it into a bag with a powder, which would be considered a solid. And when the liquid and the solid mixed together, what we noticed happening was that the bag kind of blew up like a balloon, and the thing that we talked about was that the liquid and the solid mixing must have produced a gas. So much so that the bag will actually make a popping noise. Okay, so what do we call that solid, that liquid, and that gas? We call them matter. So you've probably heard this word before in science, matter, but maybe you never really thought about what it meant. So these are 2 pages here that come from your science book, and you don't have your science book yet. So I put them up here for you, and we're just going to read through them together. Matter. Can you identify the matter in this picture? Here's a hint. Everything you see in the picture is made of matter. Okay, I have to stop right there and think about what I just read. Everything I see is made of matter. The sand is made of matter. The water is made of matter. The rocks are made of matter. Everything I see is made of matter. The sandcastle is made of matter, and so is the water. Even the air is made of matter. Okay, I'm going to stop there again because I didn't even think about that. In this picture, there must be air. I can see the sky. I can see that there's probably air, maybe like in these holes and stuff in the sandcastle. And even that air is made of matter. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. Well, I can see that the sandcastle takes up space. I can see that the water takes up space. I can see that the rocks take up space. I'm not so sure about air, though. Does air take up space? I'm going to come back to that question. Here's a new word for you, mass. Mass is the amount of stuff in an object. Imagine holding 2 balls of the same size. Okay, close your eyes and imagine that. You have one ball in one hand and one ball in the other. The ball in your left hand is made of foam, and the other is made of metal lead. But they're the exact same size. Which one would feel heavier? Of course, the lead ball is going to be heavier. Right? Even though they're the same size, the lead ball is going to be heavier. That's because the metal ball has more matter in it, and so more mass. It's heavier. It's got more mass. Matter of any type can be broken down into smaller parts. A sandcastle can be broken down into smaller grains of sand. And a grain of sand, so a grain of sand is also matter. But a grain of sand can be broken down into even smaller particles, which are too small to see. But even these tiny particles are matter. It says here, the sandcastle is matter. It takes up space on the beach. If you could put it on a scale, you would see that it also has mass. So I think I want to go back to the air for a minute, though. Does air take up space? Well, the proof of that is in that experiment that we just watched with that bag. When the liquid and the solid mixed together and they created a gas, that was air. That was a type of air. And did it take up space? It certainly did. That's why it made the bag puff up like a balloon, and it even made the bag pop because it took up too much space and the bag couldn't hold all of it. Okay, so you are going to go into Schoology, go to today's folder, go into Science, and you will see here, reading from the textbook, and a video. We just did the reading from the textbook together. We just did that. We just read pages 4 and 5. So you do not have to do that now. The only thing you have to do is watch this video. Make sure that you watch it and take some notes in your notebook or in your journal if you have, or on just a piece of paper, because we're going to be using what you're learning about matter very soon. Good luck.